All right. We shall start the second session today, 12th of June, 2021. So in this, today's topic is that miraculous entry happens at the darkest hour. This is just, first you understand that what is meant by the darkest hour. Darkest hour, I have already given a little bit of some few words about that in the description of today's topic. It is the time when you feel that nothing is working in your favor in your life. Looks like everything is going against you. You are just like you are swimming against the tide. Too much of struggle, too much of, obstacle, too much of hindrance without any logical explanation. This is mentioned by as meant by that darkest hour. And many of us has faced this kind of situation sometime or other. We have done whatever we know, we have given something, and at one point of time it looks like we are just this wall behind our back. There's nowhere else to go. This is the situation. Just to now I'm giving the spiritual perspective why this kind of thing happens. Clearly, one thing you understand, that nothing happens in our life without permission of our own soul. So it is not something that universe is punishing you and God is punishing you. Nobody is punishing or rewarding you. This is a situation has been developed by your own choice of your own higher self, so that it will uplift you. You get detached from all the things what you think that this is my security, and this is in times of crisis this will happen, that will happen. I am just doing it for that. Those kind of situations, just to give you an idea. Then when actual need comes, whatever you thought, they are also become useless, mostly. I'm not saying everything become useless, and that realization is needed for us to see the true value of something we already have and what we cannot have. Some of them, they call it is a dark night of the soul, but soul cannot have any dark night, because soul is always in the light. It is only the incarnation which will undergo these shades of light. But when the darkest hour happens, then we have to bring our inner strength or inner power into this case. In fact, we need not to do anything per se. Simply we need to surrender, because whatever is already could have done is done, till it is not serving the purpose. It clicked maybe earlier 10 times, but this time it is not. In this scenario, so of course this is frustrating. There's nothing working. And it is depressing, and people have some poorness syndrome or suicidal tendencies. A lot of things can happen. And but what I'm saying is, this is by design. Unless until all the lower level attachments are disconnected, you cannot have that. The higher level thing cannot enter there. And that higher level thing, which is not logical, it cannot be achieved by a certain things, doing this or doing that. That's why it is called miraculous. Like it is a gift. It happens automatically. How and what and when, you never know. But these situations, unless until you let go of the things, attachment only. I'm not saying that you have to, have to die to get there. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you have to get that, you have to lose everything. No, I'm not saying that. Reverse is not true. If you choose to be in the dark hour, automatically miraculous will happen. It is completely wrong and foolish idea. No, so don't even harbor that. I'm not glamorizing the darkest hour. I'm just explaining how the thing happens. In my life story, many of you know I have a serious alcoholism problem. And in 2008, most of my other life, my relationships and everything, my health and everything, I was suffering with this disease, this alcoholism. Losing friend and all this kind of things. I become socially not accepted in the social forums and all. Nobody used to, invite and all because of this kind of misbehavior or this drunken spree. Only my professional life was very, very successful. I was elected chairman. I got a highest level of professional certification in my field, etc., etc., and was very successful. That was my only rope I was holding. At least something I have to prove myself, that the achievements. Some situation developed in my office front and all. Then I realized nobody is consulting me, and even after certain time, even some enmity has been formed. So they are going and complaining against me to fire me, basically. And then nobody is consulting me anyway. So I cannot, unless until somebody asks, take your advice, how you will give the advice? It is not, it's unsolicited. So I become isolated and all. So it appears that I am also the last string, what I had to be successful, to satisfy my ego. Now I understand what was that. It was taken off from me. Nobody is consulting me. Nobody is giving any value of whatsoever. So then I feeling like completely crushed. I didn't understand because logic, it is impossible. It already worked many times, but how come it is possible happening that and then nobody is asking anything? I can see there are a lot of requirements are there where I can put my knowledge and experience into play, but nobody is asking for it. Nobody is even consulting me for anything of that sort. Problem is there, but otherwise I'm just ignored. And plus enmity started and all these kind of things. So that is the time Guruji Prem Nirmalji visited Muscat. So I just went there to listen to his lecture. And then got interested. My spiritual journey I have posted. So after one or two, after learning this Kriya and all those things, so I was, plus we had a childlessness and many other issues. I was telling Guruji, how come that nothing in my life is working? Everything is appeared to be against me. Last I had the professional success, and that is also I can see it is fading out. It is going away. In fact, I am coming to a scenario where, they can get rid of me anytime. People are conspiring. So then Guruji told me one thing, and basically that is the theme is for the today. That time it didn't sound logical. It almost appeared to me Guruji is dodging the question. Because I was expecting Guruji will give me solution, you do this, do that, then your situation will improve, do that, then your, relationship will improve, do that, then you can get rid of addiction and things like that. Now, normally. And Guruji didn't say that. He said, When everything in your life is against you, you know that time of your enlightenment has come. Okay, I repeat whatever he said that time. He said, when everything in your life is not working, life means external life, is not working, going against you, time of your enlightenment has come. This, now, if I look back that, say, about 13 years back, I can see that how true that was. Now you know me. Here I am. Okay. That all these things, alcoholism has gone 10 years back. You know, childlessness has gone 12 years back. Okay. All those are gone. See, now, so why this happens? Because these situations have been created so that we can dismayed about the external attachments. For that, we need not to die. Whatever will be taken out at the time of death, if you consciously let go, you get enlightened. Again, I'm not glamorizing the poverty. I'm not glamorizing sacrifice. I'm not saying that. We are householder spirituality. We need money, we need wealth, we need to enjoy life. I'm not saying that poverty is the key, suffering is the key to enlightenment. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, if you consciously able to detach it, then you need not to lose anything. But if you cannot, life situation will develop such a way at one point of time will come that you have no other choice. You have no cream left on your external life to that all, no rope is there to hold on to. Then you have no other, choice left but to jump into that unknown. This time period, when you jump towards that unknown, this is exactly the field when Miraculous enters. When the flood is over, the soil, new layer of that mud, that is beginning of a new harvest session. So this is the chance of your renewal. That already we discussed a little bit of that last week. If you don't let go of attachments, I'm not saying you have to run away from the family and you have to, sell your car, sell your house and all those things. Somebody written me after morning session, the Guruji, what should I do with, is it looking for a better car is not good and this, that. And I said, okay, no, you need another session with me, one-to-one later on. Okay. This is not the understanding. Because why? I was given example. Somebody asked that that it appears to be contradicting that how come you have to lose something to overcome that one. So why losing something is miraculous? Losing something is not miraculous. Miraculous how the divine makes you to understand the thing and you uplift yourself. Whatever you deserve. We are so busy playing with the mud that we forget about there is something up in the tree. We can climb and get the fruit. Divine is only sending some flood in the ground so that you can no longer stay in the ground and play with the mud, and you climb up the tree and you get the fruit. That fruit is miraculous. But you are not willingly choosing it. So it has to create a scenario to flood it, or some animal can come running. Okay. Below you see some animal is coming and chasing you, so you climb up the tree and you get the fruit. But what example I was giving, that suppose, originally there is some kind of Maruti 800, that is the first Maruti car Suppose somebody, he bought first car is Maruti 800. Okay, now he is using it for 25, 30 years. He cannot get rid of the car. Even though it is very old and things like that, he is repairing it because he got attached to it. It is my first car. In my first, when I first job, I purchased this. And with this, my marriage happens, this was there. My first child born, and that time this car was there, and blah, and so on and so forth. So he equates this attachment with his, as a companion in the life and all these things. But in his destiny, maybe one BMW car is there. And I'm just giving for example. Don't go by the, the brand names and things like that. This is not what is intended. There's nothing wrong with Maruti, nothing very wonderful about BMW. I'm not advertising anything. I'm just giving an example. Like any better car. Suppose in your destiny, you have a better car, say BMW. So now you are not getting rid of this. You have only one garage space in your house. You are not get rid of that. So that the car which you deserve is not happening. If you could have sell it, then automatically the next car you buy is a BMW, but it is not happening that way. So you will find one fine morning that Maruti 800 is stolen. So not only that you lost the car, you don't get any benefit out of it, plus the pain of something is stolen from you. And then you have no other choice than to go and buy for another car, and that another car will be BMW, what is already there in your destiny. So the moral of the story is, if you don't let go in the proper time, if you're too much attached with these things, something which time is over, in the beginning of your life, that may be very useful car for you. But now there is a time you have to sell it off, buy a new one, and then you proceed further. But as you are not doing it willingly, so the situation, your higher self need to create some kind of drama so that you have no other choice than to go for that. That is the example I have given. You are not climbing the tree to get the fruit. You are playing in the mud. So then your higher self need to flood that land or send some animal towards you so that they chase you and then you climb. So you don't have any other choice, So these are the kind of thing called that darkest hour. It is a signal that you need to detach the things what you already have. Otherwise, situation will go worse and worse and worse till you realize it is time to let go. When you let go, and that is the fertile land for the miraculous possibilities. If you don't leave that, then nothing will happen. But when you take the jump of the faith, this will happen. This whole enlightenment process, whoever has undergone, they realized it itself is a miraculous. It cannot be achieved. No one can achieve enlightenment. When they let go all these attachments, all these things, even to meditate, try to reduce the karma and all those kind of things, one fine morning, divine grace happens, Guru Kripa happens, which uplift all your balanced karma, they burnt out, and then you get, you have been granted that opening the broadband connection, and that is how enlightenment happened. So it is a gift, and that is miraculous. When we go with that flow of that, and the key is to surrender ourselves. We surrender to the universe because universe knows what is the best for us. Only thing is we try to control our life and all these things. We fail many times. Still we think, no, yeah, there is something happened, but still I can manage. As long as you try to manage it, and you will be, keep on getting the same result. One point of time when you say, now it is all yours. I cannot do anything anymore. that is the time when the miraculous get entered into it. If you try to avoid that, you can surrender it willingly. When you are not in a loss of any sort, it's all yours. Now, anything happens, I surrendered my life to Babaji from that day when to 2010 December, when after the divine grace happens, Guru Kripa happened. Till that time I surrendered my life to Babaji, and now then 3 to 4 years happened in silence period. Then he instructed me to go and share my story or teaching and initiating people into householder spirituality. But earlier it was just trying to absorb the whole thing. So in such cases, the miraculous part could not have happened if I still stick to that my old way of doing things, old patterns and all. When I surrendered, now it is not that things stopped happening. That is completely misunderstanding that nothing wrong will happen. Definitely happen. You will lose money, you will get fired, you will be met with accident, and all those kind of things happen. Even, to be honest, more. Because it's a part of some kind of process to empower yourself more. And not only you need to deal with maybe 20, 30, 50 people's problem daily. That much of capacity you need to have. Okay. Not, oh my goodness, what is so many problems in my life and all. It is only you, one person. Right? Okay. Think of if you have to deal with 30 people's problem daily. So that much capacity has been given to guide. How that capacity comes? Simply by not owning it. That is the key. When the problem, suppose I lost money, say. Then I just come and I tell Babaji, it is all yours. Rajdeep is no longer there. You are experiencing through me. Money lost, Similarly, if I get a lottery also, same thing. It is yours. It is not me. I surrendered myself long back. Who is feeling the pain? Who is getting disturbed? Who is thinking that I am suffering? Nobody. All surrendered. It's all yours. If you like to take it, take it. If you have to give something, it is all yours again. Who am I to claim? So when you go into that state, then everything you touch becomes miraculous, because you are operating from that energy level where nothing can touch you. People do not stop throwing stone at you. Even they will do more, because they don't like to see somebody who is peaceful, blissful and calm. Okay, they wanted to disturb at each and every moment. They try to because they feel jealous why that person is so much calm and quiet. They try to do more, and they fail again. So no issues with that one. Even they go to so enemy. I already told stories about Gautam Buddha, that somebody come and he didn't do anything wrong with that guy. He came and started shouting, and you cheat, you imposter, you brainwash people and things like that, whatever they want. And he was not telling anything. He was just smiling. And that story, I normally tell that if he could have got a gift and I don't take the gift, to whom that gift belongs to. So who brought, it's up to them. So they reflected back. But the harm people can make is real. Even that Jesus Christ was crucified. He nailed to death the person like Jesus Christ. So it is not that they don't have the enemy and they cannot do anything wrong with them. They cannot throw a stone because they have a free will. They can do anything. But nothing touches you. You operate from a level of equanimity. no matter what happens, you understand this is a drama. At higher level, nobody can touch that. At higher level, you are always at peace, with full trust and faith on your higher self, and nobody can touch that. When you operate from that, and so what you need to do here, I'm just giving now tips how to, something bad happened, now what to do. First thing you do, make sure your chattering mind is stopped. Because all your negative experiences, because you are listening to your mind chattering. Oh my goodness, how come they do it to you? And how they will, when you should take revenge, and you give, they're thrown one stone, you throw two, to make sure that you are more powerful than these kind of talks, chattering in your mind. Those will create the negative experience for you, no matter what the situation is. You say, let go. Okay. Like the Kabir said, he was just lying down in a bench, and some dog came and bite on his leg, and some people came, hey, some dog bite has happened, it's bitten. Yeah, he was telling, he didn't bother, the dog came and bite. He said, oh, okay, oh, kutta jane ya chamri jane. The dog knows and the skin knows, not me. This level of detachment. So if you operate from that, then things what follows, that becomes miraculous. Because the divine takes over that. There is a divine justice. Only thing you have to allow that to play. Don't play the game of I am the master, I am this thing, I will decide, I will think, and I will say what is good for me and all. This thing, unless until it is stopped, the divine, the miraculous thing cannot enter. And that is the reason we are forced into something, when even after doing all these mental things and we have nothing else left, and that time you surrender. And then finally divine enters that time. So don't allow to go to that extreme. Willingly, if you detach, you surrender to the universe. Universe knows better. Universe knows everything. How a molecule will move. Each atom will move with the no. Forget about yourself with a few trillion cells in your body. So that everything is known. Only thing is allow that to happen. If you have a free will, unless until you allow, nothing will happen. So if you surrender to your higher self, I'm not saying surrender to somebody. Surrender to divine, surrender to universe. It's all yours. And quieten your mind, because mind is the culprit of giving you all the negative experiences. Whatever negative experience we have, because we are listening to the mind, that's all. If the mind is quiet, there's no new experience, it's neutral. So surrender, calm down your mind, chattering mind, and then be grateful. Gratitude in your heart. Gratitude will bring the highest level of vibration possible. That will attract that kind of miraculous thing in your life. Why it is miraculous? Why I'm saying miraculous? There is no miracle actually in the spiritual level. Okay. Let me share that truth also. There is nothing called miracle in the spirituality. Synchronicity and other things happens. There is no accident in the spiritual domain. Why we are saying miraculous? Because your brain doesn't understand that. That's why you think it is miraculous. You think it is a miracle. You know, the magicians, they show some magic. You don't know the trick. That's why you think it is a magic. It is not a magic, it's a trick. If you know what is behind that, then that magic will be over. There is no longer magic. Same here. So if you as logically it is not understood, then that's why you feel it is a miracle. And when you went to the spiritual level, then you see the truth. You see the truth and you realize these miracles are happening at every moment. Each and everything you look at, you will see the miracles and miracles only. That is the realization of the truth. And that is exactly the reason after enlightenment, first few years, you just, you don't have any words to express looking at the truth itself. So miraculous, so true, so perfect. That shuts your mouth off. You don't even able to, talk to someone and disturb that thing. It is so huge, powerful truth. Simple things. Suppose, how come a sweetness has gone into a mango? I haven't heard any scientist has ever discovered that. The tree itself is not sweet. The soil itself is not sweet. The water they pour is not sweet. The branches are not sweet. When the fruit comes, then you eat it, that is sweet. From where the sweet has come? So isn't it a miraculous thing? Or a small seed has contained the whole formula of the tree. Isn't it miraculous? Everything you look at, it is all miraculous. Only we know some version of it and we think we know too much. we know nothing. Even Newton told in the knowledge, in the ocean of knowledge, whatever I understood, it is only I collected few grains of sand in the sea beach. Sea beach, I cannot even go into the water. That he feels after end of his life, whatever he has known. Okay, so that truth is that. So when you realize that, then you become awestruck. The truth itself is miraculous. Simply by realizing this truth. Simply realizing how powerful you are. Only thing, you have to call for that power. So if you are undergoing this period, first you surrender, stop your mind by meditation, etc. with a gratitude in your heart, call upon your sovereign power, your inner power. In your meditation, connect with your higher self. I open up myself for higher experiences. I open up myself. I invite the infinite possibility that exists to get better version of me. And it is possible to tap into your highest possible version, whatever potential you have. And that's what I'm giving example. As long as you keep playing with the mud, you will always miss the fruit. Look up and see. The mud is not enough. Which is the fruit and how to climb there and attempt that. One point of time, you will reach there. You will have the fruit. Not one. You can have the other in the higher branches, the fruit you have. For that, flood need not to come. The animal need not to chase you. Do it by your choice. Say, I have enjoyed the fruit. Thank you very much. Now I'm going for that higher level fruit. Like that, when you are conversant with all the branches and trees and the higher up topmost tree, then you will realize that what will you do with all these things, all these fruits? Suppose you climb up on, say this orange tree. What do you do with so many of oranges? That is the time, but you have now by the time you always look up, you have access to all those things. When you look from there, when you look down, then you see the several thousand people below that tree, they're playing with the mud. They're happy with playing and throwing mud at each other, and that's their game. Then you drop the fruit from the top so that they can have a test and they can be willing to climb the tree. Guide them to how to climb the tree. Because you cannot have all these fruits you already have. Your need has already been met, but there are a lot of others who are suffering in the mud. Okay, so that is what the spiritual masters are doing. That fruit, when it drops and that the guidance that comes, it becomes the miraculous for that who are still fighting in the mud. Only thing what they need to do, they have to look up. Otherwise, they are so much engrossed in playing with the mud. Even if they got a fruit, he said, who is hitting me with something on my head? Still, they will not look up. The gift will come as a hitting with something. Okay. Then you cannot do anything for them. That is their choice. Then let them through the experience, and then they will ultimately come. But that is how our life plays out. You are not destined to play in the mud. It is only given to approach to the tree. But you got so stuck in the mud that you are not looking up and not willing to travel further, not let go that environment. That's why it's not happening. Till flood comes or some animal chases you, then no other choice than to climb up. Don't allow that to happen. That is called the darkest hour. Don't allow the darkest hour to happen. Just follow this. Take a conscious choice. Follow the guidance who is preceding you. That's all. Who already climbed in the higher branches of the tree. They just gone there ahead of you. There is no good and bad here. Everybody has a potential. Everybody can climb. Take advice because somebody has gone ahead of you. As simple as that. You can just take advice and move up. Uplift yourself. And that's how it plays. So with this, I conclude this learning session. So if you have any question, so I will answer them. No question?
Yeah, Rajdev, I have a question.
Yes, Shiva.
So, is it a conscious decision to take the miracle as a miracle rather than taking it as a divine justice, like you said, on someone, so that like you said, the ego can come in at the back end saying that I deserve this, that's what I got it. Is it okay not to take that as not to analyze why this miracle has happened?
Exactly. Not to analyze. Enjoy the fruit.
Right. Okay.
When fruit is given, you enjoy the fruit. Don't bust your brain that whether I deserved it or somebody else deserved it, or I'm better than the other who didn't get. All these are a mind construct, we call it. Avoid mind construct. Enjoy and say thank you, grateful, and move on. Okay, so this is so analysis need not to be analysis to be stopped, not enjoying. Gratefully enjoy and move forward. Go for the next higher possibilities. Upgrade yourself further.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
All right.